Whose car is this? This isn't the crap Cadillac you've been driving around. It's pretty much the same car anymore. Danny Koker was a car fanatic who encouraged others to find, fix up, and make their own unique odd cars. Danny does amazing things with cars and bikes, and everyone can't wait to see them. What's really going on behind the scenes of Count's Custom Shop's fun and success is a riddle. We will talk about the sad stories, betrayals, and disappointments that made Danny's heart hurt in this movie. These five people are the worst at counting cars: childhood and early life. Being born in Detroit, the birthplace of the American auto industry, and living near General Motors, Ford, and Chrysler makes you love cars even more. The sound of cars going down the street wakes you up, and the shiny chrome and muscular bodies of cars look beautiful and make you want to be in them. Danny Koker became interested in this when he was young. He saw more than the great metal shapes, pretty paint, and strong engine. He saw a soul on wheels that needed to be cared for, no matter what its condition was. Danny worked on cars since he was a teenager, which is not a surprise. Danny was stuck in a room trying to put together a puzzle engine and figure out how to make it special, while everyone else was out on the streets with cool stuff, playing video games, and cruising to hip-hop music. Danny wasn't the only one who felt this way. It turned out that the love didn't just flow through the street, but also through the family, especially his dad, Danny Koker Sr., who was a great singer who played with the Cathedral Quartet all over the world. Their love for music runs through their veins like a car does through their hearts. It's hard to explain why Danny's dad loves cars so much. When he gets home from a long trip, he hides behind the closed door of his garage, Lou, chaos at his cars, and takes in the atmosphere. Danny was 9 years old when his dad surprised him with something big. He left the 1966 Shelby Mustang GT350 parked at their house. Danny saw the limited edition Mustang as more than just a car. It was shiny, beautiful, and chromed. I got ideas from it. Although it was a strange hobby as a teenager, fixing cars was just something I did for fun. Danny had no idea that it would have such a big impact on his life. But before he found his love for cars, he tried his hand at other things. Fun has always been an important part of the family. That's what his father did very well in this area. Dan thought it would be easy to get to the top if he followed the road. But Danny wasn't just interested in music like his dad was. He had a strange desire. He loved vampires. His love for this led him to move to Las Vegas and start working as a TV celebrity. His show was called Count Cool Rider. This show is one of the strange ones that can make people feel scared and want to hug their pillow. Danny showed up on the show dressed as a rock and roll monster. There are lots of different kinds of fun, excitement, and fear on the late-night monster movie show. Danny shows some old scary movies. It was a great show for fun. A small cult of fans starts to form quickly, and people become deeply devoted to the show. Danny didn't forget how much he loved cars, even when Count Cool Rider made him love many people. He put the money he earned into buying cars. He bought cars, but he also fixed them up, changed how they looked, and gave them his own personal touch. People soon started to notice his collection of cars and take note of how unique and custom they were. A flame paint job went well with his creative way of redefining classic cars by giving them new, daring looks and changing the way they looked. This seal, Everness, kept getting better and better. It quickly turned into a symbol. A small group of fans from all over the world were interested in Count's custom-built car. A lot of people will go to coup. A lot of people start to crowd into the small class. Now the noise of the roaring engine is mixed with people yelling in shock and asking a lot of questions. That noise isn't for everyone. Some people don't want to be with the crowd. This is where the trouble starts to get worse. It's getting harder to fit into the easy group where people share love, pat each other on the back, throw oil at each other, and sometimes make fun of each other. While the camera is rolling, everyone is trying to look their best and look more professional when the crowd shows up. Some people let their egos take over, and the need for more money crept in as they were taken away by the crowd. Disagreements get stronger, and the old, easy family life gets less clear. Workers start to do crazy things to prove a point to each other. Group work is becoming less useful, and stress shines like floodlights in the workplace. This is what Danny got from being famous. Dealing with higher standards, more work, and more demands was not the only thing that was hard. The need to organize the bad personalities of workers came up. Danny had a lot of trouble because he was famous. Not many people know what goes on behind the scenes. People only see a group of people happily trading spanners while either losing a bolt, hitting a panel, or putting a part in order. The other part is never shown to them. Everyone is amazed and interested when a new car is changed in just 30 minutes. People start to praise the work, and it's thought that the whole thing was finished during the show. The crowd only sees how quickly and skillfully the old car parts were taken off, replaced, and then painted again. During this time, Danny and his crew make interesting comments and talks, but the one you see is the final version made up of many flawed shots that were cut together and put together without any gaps. For the 30-minute show, planning, fixing the design, making the missing or broken parts, and getting the ones that can't be made could take days or weeks. The parts that come with most cars are now hard to find because they are no longer in use. When it gets to this point, it could take days to find the part, and most of the time, a lot of calls and travel are needed. As his fame grew, so did people's hopes, and more cars came to the garage. It's no longer just about remodeling a car. Somebody has made you do it, and a new car needs to be fixed up. Not at a time that works for you, but at a certain time. Fans can't wait for new things all the time. There's no doubt that stress has set in. It's important to stick to the deadline. The important thing is how the workers dealt with this new stressful situation. People do crazy things when they're under a lot of stress, and Danny's workers are no different. They stop caring as much about quality after a while. Danny is not going to take it. He's not going to soften his stand on quality. Any car whose body wasn't fitted properly was sent back to the garage. The ones with bad art had to be painted over. An engine that makes a muddled sound when it revs will be sent back to be fixed. Danny stayed true to his goal of being great. He never let the problem stop him from trying to reach more people. He began selling gear and added the rock bar to his business. When you have more work, you have to do more. As the stress level rose, more and more cases were filed. More people were added to the production line, and some workers felt cheated. They wanted higher pay and sued to get it. Others in the business feel worried by Danny's progress. A lot of cases have been filed by them. Every day, Danny paid less and less attention to his work. Still, he never gave up on making progress. He competed for new business deals so that he could grow his empire and keep up his fame. There are terms to the deal. The workers start to follow the rules and do their jobs in a neat. It was said that Danny was great by car fans, collectors, and famous people, but it wasn't enough to make him famous. Danny was on top of things, but he wasn't getting it. The Pawn Star show opened up a chance for him. Danny is lucky that Counts is close to the gold and silver swap shop. Danny became the most sought-after person on the Pawn Stars show when people saw how much he knew about cars and electronics. There is no one better to ask for help on cars and motorcycles than Danny. This choice was made because he was both very good at showing off his understanding of cars and very charming. Producers start to notice Danny's skill, and fans keep telling them how much they love the car fans. Danny's hard work has made him a well-known name. The director was sure that putting him on a car show would make him famous right away. Then, in 2012, fame called. The deal that would make everything different for County's Customs showed up at the door. The show Counting Cars was made by the History Channel. You likely have a good idea of who was picked to anchor it. Danny and his team from Counts Custom were in the spotlight. Television brings a lot of people to the private class. Fans were enthralled by how the cars were being fixed up and made unique. The power of the show came from the fact that it was unique. There was no drama or fake story, just a bunch of excited people working their magic on cars. People were interested in the show from the very first season. People are interested in Danny's energy and creativity. Because of how he works with his team, the show has more depth. He talked to them freely and addressed each of them as if they were family. Watching each show was like being with a group of family and friends who love changing the way cars look. That rings true for almost everyone. A lot of people want to see it. It's not a surprise that Counting Cars had become a big show by the third season, the most popular car show on TV. Every week, millions of people watch the show, more fans have started to follow, and things have changed. The standing has reached new heights. Danny is more than just the guy who cleans up oil and dust from cars. He is now a star, a celebrity, and a TV personality. A lot can happen when you reach such an important point. One option is to look for something new and look into a better chance. He might have become a millionaire in the sports car business and become a brand ambassador for a big car company. Any choice you make in this area will lead to more money. Danny wasn't interested in making money, so he stayed true to what he loved. Several things changed, but they didn't change his desire. They only made it stronger. Danny is still interested in music and cars. When Danny had the chance to make a bigger impact, he decided to take the family music business to a whole new level. It was called Counts Vamped Rock Bar and Grill. This changed everything. Danny brought in new singers, all of whom were great in every way. His music skills were too good to resist. Danny became a well-known car showman and an artist all at once, like a magic stick could do. People started to invite me, and tours were planned. Danny never let one success overrule another, even though there were a lot of them. The man was steady, he works with his tools and has his hand on the table when he's not on tour, making up new designs and giving a new antique or classic car a unique look. Danny's fans could see how hard he worked and how creatively he reached his goals. This made his fan group grow by leaps and bounds. Danny's fame grew even more. In this way, his class took on a new meaning. It turned into a place where tourists go. A lot of people star T to come in. Everyone is interested in what Counts Custom does and how things are made. Those clever cars that make the people who make them happy. People are getting too much from TV these days. It was almost impossible to come up with new ideas because there were strict orders for every new job and the requirements kept going up. The stress turned into anger. In no time, the workers came up with a demand for a good salary so that they could share in the growth of the company. When the request wasn't properly taken care of, deception began. Then there was grumbling, and the revolt grew. It's time for Danny to fire some of the old staff and hire new ones. People in the crowd only see new people come to the show. They had no idea what was going on behind the scenes that caused that change. Fans of the show, on the other hand, watched what happened and wondered what was really going on in their minds. Let's look at some important people who left the show and talk about why they did so. John Joseph Frontiera. You will never see Joseph Frontiera's face on an episode of Counting Cars. The reason for this is not that he is not busy. He is one of the guys who work behind the scenes. He is not the kind of guy you see working on hot rods, hitting car parts, and putting paint on them. He is still an important person. Frontiera is in charge of the books. The company hired him through Randstad USA, a hiring firm. Frontiera is an important part of the business. The account is run by him. Some of his main duties are to pay the bills, handle payroll, and keep track of the company's costs. The hardworking man did his best for the company and helped with managing its money. Another good turn is due. Frontiera was given a lot more responsibility, and a lot of trust was put in him. Not even Danny Koker had to check what he did. Then fame came. The amount of progress doubled, tripled, and increased. The account went through the roof and costs went up, which made it easier to hide problems. The way of life for Danny Koker got better, and Frontiera thinks that he needed a good life too. He wanted the extravagance that his money couldn't buy. So how is he going to get this wealth that he wants? This is where he first stole money from the business. He did this wrong thing over and over again until the hole was found during a business audit. Danny realized that Frontiera had lied to him, taking the trust that was put in him as a weakness to cheat the company. Employee greed took money that was supposed to go to the new building and put it in their own account. It was more than just sadness for Danny. He felt lied to. The question now is, where did the money go? It was found that $75 million had been taken out of the company's account to meet Frontiera's needs. What did he buy with the cash? Frontiera spent a lot of money because he wanted to live in style. Another one of those unnecessary costs was putting down a down payment on a Range Rover